Hi, Gabriel. Thanks that I haven't seen you.
Hello, it is true. I still remember those good times we were at the high school. How have you been, Liliana?
I am still caring for my nephew.
What happened to your nephew?
My nephew, at the beginning of March, began to feel very bad, but we didn't take much attention and we only gave him medicine. The day passed and he still didn't improve, so it got worse and we went to the Medina hospital. The doctor told us that my nephew had dengue, but they could not treat him. Then we went to the Roberto Gilbert Hospital and they did several exams and didn't find exactly what my nephew had that left him in a coma for a week. The doctor came to the conclusion that he had encephalitis and there could be sequelae or he could not get out of bed anymore. But thank you to a miracle that Virgin did to us, my nephew recovered very well without being left with any sequelae.
Wow, what an impacting story. I can't imagine how you have been felt, and all your family, of course. And I lived a similar situation.
Oh my
That
God,
yeah.
what happened to you?
Well, everything started in June. My older brother in those times had COVID and transmitted to all my family. The time passed and all the members of my family were recovering this disease while I was getting worse. I had a stuffy nose, shaking chills, dizziness, and disorientation, and I was like crazy. The COVID lasted like 1 week. After that, one day I was eating the lunch and suddenly I couldn't swallow the food and I didn't know what was happening. My family thought that I was joking and I continued eating with the problem for about 2 weeks. Meanwhile, I was getting worse and worse. I went to the Consulado of the Damas for some exams. And there, I went to the gastroenterologist, otorhinolaryngologist, and other profession that I don't remember exactly. And the gastroenterologist told me that I could have a eosinophilic esophagitis. Then my parents bought all the medicines that were in the prescription for combating this disease. I was with intravenous serum, and I couldn't eat strong things like potatoes and meats and so on, just liquids. On July 23rd, I got a tachycardia that took me to the hospital for about 1 week. I was so malnourished, and I thought that I was going to die because nobody knew exactly what I had. We just knew it could probably be an eosinophilic esophagitis. Consequently, I started eating supplements so I can get fatter. And nowadays, I am much better than before, but even though I must eat slowly, and finally I got a nose surgery because I couldn't breathe very well since this started. But I have 2 months since I have a surgery on my nose.
Oh my God, you have really been very serious and I haven't known it. But imagine you've improved, haven't you?
Yeah, of course I have. And thanks to the God's miracle, I am much better right now.
What if I buy you a coffee in the Starbucks?
Okay, it's perfect. Let's go.
Come on.
Okay.